Wholeness, family, wholeness. I trust and hope that everything is wholesome, balanced, and also very productive with you wherever in the world you happen to be today. Now, allow me to welcome you back to the healing space. But before we begin tonight, I would like if you can confirm with me the sounding of the audio. Very frequently, we be having a little bit of distortion with the audio. So I just want to make sure that the audio. Oh, you like the bells? You like the bells? That's good. Okay. So the only thing with the Dr. Bronner soap. So I like to use the Dr. Bronner soap, but the only thing with it, it does dry your skin out. Definitely dries your skin out. That's the only thing about it. But I would say that's the only thing. I don't so much like, but can get around it. You just have to re-moisturize back afterwards, basically. So we're gonna give everybody else some more time to tap in. I didn't announce that I was gonna be live, so majority of the tribe members, they're not really aware. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Do you see how nice? Do y'all see how nice this oil is? It's not too oily either. It just moisturizes you literally just perfectly. Don't ask me what kind of oil is it, okay? I'm not telling you right now. Not so early in the live. Not so early in the live. I know you guys gonna ask, what is that? Like I'll be telling y'all everything. I don't be having nothing for myself, huh? I know. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, so I have prickly pear oil, and I also have red raspberry seed oil. These are amazing oils for the skin. Okay, these are like my top secret oils. My top secret oils that I don't be telling nobody about because I'm like, this is what we're gonna use to release our products and different stuff. Like, there's a lot of products that I used to have on the website that I don't have on the website no more because it gotten so overwhelming for me to keep up with making so many things. And I was like, you know what? Let me just discontinue some of these products, like the Skin Food Plus, which was the salve that is so amazing for the skin. Like, it was doing great. Everybody loved it, right? And then there was so much orders to the point where I just stopped selling it. I got so overwhelmed. I'm like, oh nah, because the whole process of actually making it, I was infusing like what? I think it was like 7, 8 different essential oils. Then also grounding the herbs down into powder to add to the salve. Like, that was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. What else? The duck flower. Everybody wanted it so bad. It was overwhelming. I think I had something like over 1,000 orders for duck flowers. Like, I sold out so much duck flowers to the point where I'm like, nah, y'all doing too much. Let me discontinue the duck flower for now. What else? The tooth powder. Okay, so the tooth powder is there, but I haven't gotten the base materials from Jamaica yet. So the tooth powder haven't really been in stock lately, but it's not like discontinued. It's just in order to get those barks to make the natural tooth powder, it's not something that you can just go online and buy somewhere or whatever. Okay, I have to get it from the mountains of Jamaica, and they gotta harvest the bark, then they gotta allow it to dry, then they gotta put it through the pulverizer to grind it down in powder form before sending it to me because I don't got time to be spending hours trying to pulverize that. So yeah, but I am coming with the oils for the skin and the hair for sure. I already have those already. And yeah. So red raspberry seed oil is one of my top notch. And prickly pear seed oil is one of my top notch oil. And these are like top tier oils for the skin, and you're not gonna find it nowhere else because most people don't really know about these kind of stuff. Most people they only know about like the basic stuff, like castor oil, tea tree oil, kind of a thing. What else? What other kind of oil people normally everybody be using like the same thing, like the same basic things. So you guys already know I don't do basic. Okay, everything has to be extraordinary, unique, best quality, top quality. Okay, that's just how I move. Save me one before you run out again. I'll see one day. I'll see if we got more there. Is a real powder good good for teeth? What do you mean by real powder? What is that? What is that? What does that mean? Are you trying to spell something and misspell it? Okay, red raspberry seed oil, prickly pear seed oil. Yeah, goddess. Don't be telling nobody else though. You heard? Anything? Listen. Anything you heard or learned within the space right now that I'm sharing with you as my personal top of the notch. I don't want to see it across the whole internet. So if you come into the healing space and I share some top secret shit with you, I'm not expecting to go see it across the whole internet and Facebook. No. Okay? No. All right, so it's only for you, and because you're here with me right now, I'll tell you some of my secrets, but don't go sharing that across the whole internet. Just keep it to yourself and your family. That's it. All right? Yeah. I remember a couple of years back when I used to be like very, because as you guys already know, I don't really do my business like for money, like for deliberately like for money. I literally start my business because people wanted me to sell herbs. I used to just give people the information that they need. Use this herb, use that herb, and then they were like, "Oh, we rather get it from you because you have the knowledge about the herb," and that's how I actually start, even to say sell herbs. Um, and because I'm so passionate about it and I love to share information, I used to give people like the formulas, like my herbal formulas. I used to give them like, okay, put this together, put that together, put that together. Because I understand not everybody is gonna have the money that can afford like a detox package all the time. You see, and I want you to get better. So I used to tell people like formulas, like, okay, put this herb with that herb, you know, 5 ounces of this herb, and this is why you're gonna put it together. And you know what? They actually stole my formulas. There's a lady. Well, I kind of blocked her around 4 years ago, but she literally called me, right, and said that there's like an older gentleman that live in the vicinity of her apartment complex, and that he has cancer, and like he doesn't have any family. Like she was like, oh, like he doesn't have any family. They've all abandoned him, and he's a really nice man. And I'm just trying to help him, but I just don't know how to help him, right? So I was like, okay, cool. I'll help you to help the man. Okay, so I'm like, all right, here's what you're gonna do. Okay, put this herb and this herb and this herb together, and this is gonna work on his lymphatic system. Put this herb and this herb together and administer it to him 2 times a day. It's gonna clean out the intestines. Use this herb to rebuild back the immune system, and this herb, like I gave her like around 6, 7 different formulas to bring the so-called person. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't even know if that person is real, right? I gave her all the formulas to help this so-called old man that has cancer that she wants to help. Only to behold, a couple months afterwards, this lady created a whole herbal website with all of my products on there, using my formulas and selling stuff to people. She don't even have no knowledge about herbs. She's not no healer or nothing like that. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, this is some crazy shit, right? And after that, I kind of took that as like a learning lesson. Okay, stop being so Just giving people, because okay, so there's a part in the Bible that says that what it says, like, do not cast your pearls before swines. Now I know that part of the Bible may sound a little bit crazy, but it is a fact. When God have blessed you with your gift, or with your abundance, or with wisdom, it's not for you to just to go give anybody at all, especially people who just looking for to siphon that energy from you, or try to take your gifts or whatever information they can to go profit off of it. You see? So I end up learning from that experience. And now I understand when the Bible said, do not cast your pearls before swine. Because like they will literally like just destroy it, literally. Right? Yeah. So after that, when it comes to the internet, because also some people used to call me all the time and they used to do these little tactics. They were like, oh yeah, so this cleanse that you're selling, what's the ingredients inside of it? Right? And generally, obviously, it's a natural thing for you wanting to know the ingredients instead of whatever you're taking, because I mean, that's kind of like general knowledge for anybody to want to know. But the thing is, what they were actually trying to do was to copy my formula so that they can go and produce it to sell it to other people. You get what I'm saying? And while nothing is severely wrong with that, but it's the fact that your intention is to steal from me, to take away from something that I've created from my own knowledge, from my own gift, from my own awareness. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a lot of people on the internet like that. They'll call in and try to figure out like exactly what you're putting in your stuff so that they can recreate it to go sell it, to go make a website and sell the same things. Like, yeah, it's the internet. Right? And that's why I will give you guys formulas and stuff, and I will tell you, like say for instance, if I have 7 herbs inside of a herbal compound, I'll tell you 4 of the herbs. I'm not going to tell you the other three. The other three, those are for me to know, basically. And I give you the general information so you know how to put stuff together yourself in that sense. But yeah, a lot of people, they do follow me or call me and try to copy my formulas. But guess what? You can't copy it. Okay, you can't copy it. Even if I do tell you the herbs that I exact the amount that I put inside of it, you're not going to be able to copy it. And you know why? It's not going to work the same. You know why? Because you don't have a healing energy. You don't have the gift to activate it. That's one, right? Secondly, you don't. You've never been in nature to harvest a plant in your life. 90% of these people on the internet have never walked into the nature, into the woods, and harvest a plant ever. Notice? Have you ever seen any of them inside of nature harvesting a herb? Find me one person you see on the internet selling herbs that you see in nature harvesting a plant. They've never been to nature harvest a plant before, so it's not a real connection, right? So secondly, also the herbs that y'all are buying from these company that are sitting on shelf for months, they lack the potency. In order for the herbs to be more effective, you have to harvest them within at least three to 6 months, preferably 3 to 4 months. Really, for me personally, it needs to be fresh. So yeah, it's not. That's why it doesn't work, right? Also, your intention. Remember your intention. Okay, your intention is a big part of the ingredient. Anybody who understands alchemy knows this. That even when the alchemist is putting something together, your intention become a part of the ingredient. So if you're like in a bad mood and or you're or a negative mindset, or you got some dense energy on you and you're mixing something up, like it's not gonna work. Okay, it's not gonna work. So yeah, for the people who try to steal stuff from other people, which is energy siphoning, just for the sake of making money, that's why it's never gonna work, because you're not coming from a good place, basically. You see? And you're also not authentic. You're not authentic. Okay? But yeah, so that's that. That's that. I've definitely had some experience with some weird people across the internet over the years. All right? Over the years, yeah. All right. Let's see. We need most of the people on Discord are not really aware that we're live right now. Absolutely. If it's not made with love, it's not going to work. Okay, you have to have a pure heart, okay? A clear mind with good intention. Okay, and that is what actually activates whatever you're doing. Notice notice that even like when an artist paint, Do you want to know why some paintings are worth like millions of dollars? And you're like, yo, this shit don't make no sense. You're looking at a painting and there's no complex intricacy within the painting, but yet the painting is being sold for millions of dollars. And you're like, yo, somebody will pay millions for this? Here's what it is. Okay, this is something else that you're going to learn. This is well known in alchemy that when you do something with passion, okay, so even the word passion, right? When you do something with passion, it's more like you're infusing your soul into it. We call it soul force. So you see somebody who draw that painting and they were extremely passionate while drawing that painting, they put a lot of soul into it. When you put a lot of soul into something, it's now imbued in that essence of that passionate energy or that love or that excitement. That's how you can pour soul into things. So one thing people don't know. That's why it's called soul food. What do you think y'all talk about? Oh, soul food, right? Soul music. That's why soul is a genre of music. They're like, yo, soul music, basically. And those are the people who sing from like the bottom, from in their heart and from deep within their stomach, like literally. Soul music. And soul music can never get old. Have you ever noticed that? You can put on a soul song right now, and it's like you're hearing it for the first time, even though you've been listening since you were a kid. You put it on right now and it still sounds vibrant as if it just got released. Because that's a lot of soul. So yes, you can actually imbue stuff with your essence or your soul inside of it based off how passionate you are while you're actually doing that, while you're locked in. Okay? It's another um, ability of what we are or who we are. And these conversations are not really talked about. So, you see how you can go through a life just thinking that all there is just entertainment, food, religion, and the everyday stuff that we do. But there's so much more about our minds or ability or gifts or energy and different things. And once you come to this level of understanding, it puts you into a broader awareness of other aspects of life. Like you can see how reality is concentrated together once you develop certain level of awareness. And now it's like you understand how things work. You understand how things work now. You're like, okay, this makes sense. Now I see why people gravitate towards this. Now I see why, because the person who made it put a lot of passion in it, and putting a lot of passion into something is putting a lot of soul into it. Just like when your grandma cooked that food. Grandma food was going crazy, right? Yeah, grandma food was going crazy. Soul food. A lot of y'all, you've never had food as good as what your grandmother cooked, including me. The kind of food that my grandmother cooked, I'm not able to find it anywhere else. Okay, like even now, even as I'm gifted with cooking, and I can cook fucking good, like really good. So I can do no wrong in the kitchen when I cook. Okay, listen. Even if I pour too much salt in the food accidentally, it's like I put some water in it and put some other stuff in it and balance it back out. It comes back. Like I can do no wrong. But still, I've not reached my grandmother level of cooking it. Like her food is just, she don't have to use a lot of seasonings either. Don't be thinking that she was in there pouring like a ton of seasonings. No, moderate amount of seasoning, but it was the love that she put into the food. The love activates a flavor in the food where you can't get from no seasoning. The seasonings are just like the base, or the base complementary to give you something that tastes moderately nice and like, okay, this is good. But you see that love that she put into that food? That shit hits on a whole nother level. That's soul. That's why it's called soul food. Okay? That's why it's called soul food. Even though it was dead animals, and white rice and some detrimental shit, that shit still tastes amazing, right? Then when we come over to the music again, soul music, it can never get old because those people that were singing and writing their song, you can hear that the passion and emotion in their voice, in their vocals as they emit that. That's a lot of soul. You see? That's one of the reasons why I also love Russian music. They literally sing with their soul. You see? So generally, you can use different. Um, you can use your energy if you know how to tap into your own energy, and you can use it to do different things, and it amplifies things on a whole nother level, basically. You see. So you see how just by understanding that, now you can see how things work. You can see, okay, okay, this is why this kind of music can never get old. This is why grandma food tastes so good, because it's soul the love and the soul she was putting into it. All makes sense now, right? You see? This is what I'm talking about. When you start to understand how things work energetically, then reality now starts to make sense. A lot of things that's been happening in your reality, and you wasn't so sure, like, yo, why is this happening? How is this happening? Because let's be honest, we do not know much about this world. We don't know much about this world. We really don't. I mean, that's why religion is such of a big thing, because people really don't know what's going on, what happens after they die, where do we come from, where were we at before we was born. We literally have no knowledge about ourselves or our own existence. And that's why we kind of like grab onto religion so tightly, because religion gives a story that seems to make sense. A story that kind of explains things in a way where you can be like, okay, I guess this is what happened, and this is why this is. You see? Because religion, at least it gives you something that can somewhat explain existence. Even though the story have been twisted up, but still you can see why people gravitate towards it, because it's the only thing that's there to give them some kind of a understanding of what's going on. Because aside from that, you're like lost. Where are we? Who are we? Where is God? What is God? What is the world? What is the universe? What is this water element? What is this air I'm breathing that I can't even see? What is this fire? That's literally magic, right? Basically, trees and fruits growing up out of the ground. How is this possible? We don't know anything about this world. Now, of course, that's also one of the reasons why we gravitate towards science as well, because science is the observation and the study of different things. And we grow over time, and we come to the awareness of, okay, this is that element, that is that element. We can put this element with that element, and they correspond, and we can build this and we can build that. You see? So science, in a way, is out to explain the physical world. Okay, the science can, with the scientific instrument, you can somewhat get a certain level of understanding of the physical things around you. But then, what about the things you can't see? And the fact that 98% of the real world, you can't see it. It's invisible to the human eyes. The human eyes can only see 2% of reality. Isn't that crazy? Which is the physical world. The physical world is a small, like a small bandwidth, a small 2% is physical. 98% is non-physical. So there's a whole world right now that we can't see or we can't perceive, and we think that this is the real world. This is not. This is not the real world. Okay, this is not the real world. This is a small fraction of the world, which is 2%, which we call physicality. And that's why without your two physical eyes, this doesn't exist. Close your eyes right now. You can't see me or nothing else, right? But the moment you close your eyes, all of this does not exist anymore. So it goes to show you that this physical world is a byproduct of your senses, your five senses, which this is not the real world. Okay? The unseen, the 98% that you can't see, that's the real world, basically. Okay, so very, very interesting. But you start to realize that, yeah, that's why we cling to whatever story seems to make sense, because we're just lost. What do you think NASA was able to come out and tell people about? Oh, yeah, we fly to the moon, we go to space. There's no such thing as going to no space. But listen, because you don't know of anything or how nothing works, you don't have no metaphysical knowledge, you don't have no esoteric knowledge, right? You don't have no occult knowledge. The only thing you know is book information and textbooks and classrooms, which is basically you just being a slave to the Rockefeller Foundation, who created the General Educational School Board. You see? So everything you know is what they wanted you to know when they indoctrinate you into the school system. Everything else outside of that, you're unaware, you're oblivious. So now you have these corporations that can come in and tell you about, oh yeah, we fly to the moon. Believe us. We're going to different planets, outer space. And that's all bullshit, according to the esoteric and the occult books and the ancient civilization and or the ancient ancestor. They say that the ocean is space. They say that if you're trying to go to space, you have to go to the ocean. So above, so below. What you're seeing into the sky, according to the ancients, is that it's a reflection of what's deep into the ocean, beaming up into the firmament. Now, I can't tell you if this is true or not. Okay? I've never been there. I've never seen it. I've never done no testing. I've never been. I used to do scuba diving, so I'm very familiar with the ocean floor. Okay? But I'm saying, though, I'm only going off of more occult information and not the brainwashing information. Because why would I believe a system? Why would I believe them? Why would I believe them, right? I'm going to go with what the ancient says. And it somewhat makes sense to my consciousness when I think about it. So I'm not just jumping into believing things because somebody says it or because a book says it either. Because that's how brainwashing works again. Okay? I read what's being said and I allow my consciousness to process it. I allow my intuition to then tell me, to dissect everything and then tell me if this makes sense. Okay? I also allow my higher faculties to process and regulate the information as well. You get what I'm saying? So I'm observing everything to see the correspondence, see what makes sense through observation, right? Then I'm also using my common sense too. Okay? Then I'm also using my ability to make sense of things as well. Then I'm also using my discernment and my intuition. Do you see? I'm using all of my faculties, my mental faculties, which all of us have. I'm using all of them to process something and see what the final result is. And then if it kind of makes sense to me, I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? I don't just jump into believing things because somebody says it or says it in a book. I'm the book. I have the confidence. I have the consciousness. I have infinite consciousness, infinite awareness. So why not use it? You see, this is the thing as well. You have to realize that you as a being right now, you're an infinite being. You're an infinite being. You're supposed to be using your faculties. Ask your innate higher intelligence within you. If you don't know something, ask your higher self. Higher self, infinite intelligence, divine intelligence. What is this? How does this work? Now, I'm not saying to you that it's going to respond back to you immediately. Sometime it might, but it's going to respond back to you eventually, intuitively. You just come to the knowing, like a light bulb goes off, and you just have the explanation all of a sudden. You see? And this is something that all of the Tibetan monks have tapped into. The yogis, the yoga masters, the people who meditate for a long time, they eventually start to tap into that innate intelligence way beyond the ego, because that's how intuition works. See? So now I want you to see also how they've given people the technology to disconnect people from even ever getting to this state. You see, like how everybody run into Chat GPT and just asking a whole bunch of questions, a whole bunch of questions, a whole bunch of questions. Listen, you're now trapped. I'm not saying you can't use the AI technology to do things, but now you become so dependent upon it to the point where you're paying a membership. This is the whole thing about AI. Notice that they're flooding the whole internet with AI. And I'm not against AI because AI can be useful when you know how to use it. Anything can be used in a negative and a bad way, basically. Right? But notice how they're flooding they're flooding the whole society with it and everybody's making a video. Hey, here's my prompt. Buy my prompting package to get this, to get that. You don't have to do this no more. You can have AI do this for you. And people don't realize that what's happening is that they're making you dependent on it. Then it's gonna become a subscription, like the guy who owns the AI. That's what he says. Their business is to sell people intelligence. Okay. Now, if you're on these AI asking questions right throughout the day, instead of asking your own innate higher intelligence, you see, now there's a disconnect. Most of y'all, you already do. Listen, you already don't even do meditation already. You're already disconnected from your intuition, and eventually you was gonna get there. But see, now that they've put something in between you and your higher intelligence, you will never get to your higher intelligence. You see, because now you have an artificial version of it, prompting, asking it to tell you things and to give you knowledge and to give you direction. And what should I do? I haven't heard that people got fucking therapists, AI therapists talking to them now. I'm like, really? And that's kind of crazy to me, because how are you going to ask something that has never been through nothing? A therapist is somebody who's been through a lot of chaos and distortion, who had to fight through life by going through unfavorable circumstances, and then gain the wisdom, the awareness, and the knowledge of how to navigate those chapters or those phases, and so they can advise another person who's going through that. You have to have experience. Experience teaches wisdom. How are you gonna ask something that have no experience at all to guide you? You see, you're a dumbass. Literally. You know? So yeah, yeah. I was talking to a goddess. I think I was talking to Goddess Azul a couple of days ago, and she was mentioning to me, about like telepathy, right? Because again, some people have the ability where they can activate certain abilities. We all have these abilities, but some people really tap into theirs. So she was explaining to me about a particular occurrence where she telepathically um, was speaking to someone, whatever, and the person was like, so like they can't believe it. She's like, chill, you know. So I was mentioning to her that I read this book called The Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. It's a good book for you guys to check out as well. The Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. Right? And Yogananda is one of my teachers for sure. I've learned a lot about meditation, the higher self, the higher faculties, the third eye, basically visualization, the power of affirmation. I've learned a lot from Yogananda. Now, Yogananda, which is an Hindu yogi, and Sri Yukteswar, which wrote the book The Holy Science, and he's the one who basically um, give the download to create the astrology. Like, these people are the people who connect deeply to the divine and was able to pull down those celestial wisdom down into the physical, and then create these different system of explanation, which allows people to now have a deeper understanding about how the universe is constructed. So Paramahansa Yogananda and Sri Yukteswar was his teacher, basically, right? Now, if you go and read Autobiography of a Yogi, I have all of his books, right? You will see that they were able to project out of their body and literally communicate with each other. They didn't use cell phones. Okay, he just literally come up out of it, like literally just come up out of his body and just in meditation and just left and go talk to the other person and come back. No, I know. Listen, I know that this stuff sounds crazy to a lot of people right now. Be like, yo, that's some hocus pocus shit. That's not even possible. Obviously, people who grew up inside of the system with no knowledge about anything else, who just watch cartoons and that's fiction, fairy tale stuff. Obviously, yeah, I expect this kind of a reaction from you because it makes sense. When something is foreign to your consciousness and you're also programmed to look at it as something impossible by the compulsive brainwashing system, your mind naturally gonna have this defense mechanism against things outside of the box. Okay? Me, on the other hand, I love to learn. I'm a student of the universe, right here, right now. So my mind is open to learning everything. I don't feel like I know enough about reality or existence for me to deny the possibility of anything. So I'm open to learning and learning more, right? Basically. But if you go and read the book for yourself, you will see that these people meditate so much to the point where they could willfully come up out of their body and travel, or what you would call um, teleport, and go have conversation with somebody else and just come back into their body. That sounds crazy, right? Now, do you know that Paramahansa Yogananda never actually experienced death like a regular human being? He left when he wanted to leave. Think about that. This man was like, okay, I'm gonna call it a day now, and just leave his body whenever he wanted to. He did not experience death like, oh, the normal person die. Because okay, so whenever people die because they're scared of death, they're trying to hold on, and that's why when you look at a dead body, it be so stiff, right? Like their fingers be like this, and then you gotta straighten out their finger after they died, right? But they be so stiff. Their joints and everything is like so stiff because they're trying to hold on, because they're afraid to die, because they think that death is something that's bad, or they're gonna go to hell. 90% of people are afraid of death. Literally. Now, I'm not saying that instinctually you're not going to try to protect yourself or to evade danger. Okay? Your body does this naturally without even you being aware. It's just like if somebody do like a jump scare out of nowhere. Most of the time, you're probably going to react to it before you even realize. It's just your body way of survival. So I'm not talking about flight or fight response of how your body will evade danger. I'm talking about consciously how most people fear death. So here's the thing with the yoga masters, when they die, their whole entire body is super relaxed. Okay, like their fingers, everything is relaxed, and also their body also did not decompose very fast. It was very slow, like a slow process. I find that to be so interesting, right? So when the yoga masters passed away, their body is super relaxed. Their fingers are not stiff. Their muscles super relaxed because they was not fighting or holding on to the physical world, because they already been ventured way beyond the physical world. In fact, most of their life they're living in between two realms. You know, basically, you know. I'm just bringing this to your attention to say that there's so much more about who we are, what we can do, our abilities, and so forth, right? And back to the original thing that we're talking about. So, what the goddess was saying to me is that she was like, oh, since we're on these cell phones every single day, it's going to be hard for us to even get back to a state where we can use telepathy again, because now we have something as an intermediate. And it kind of makes sense for real, because I'm not saying that for us to achieve telepathy is going to be easy, because them yoga masters was meditating for 18 hours a day. We can't do that. We're going to be broke. We're going to be homeless downtown. You see, like, we ain't got the kind of time to go sit down and talk about we're going to meditate for 18 hours or nothing. We got to go to work, right? Because we're slaves, basically. Literally. Like in the Matrix, we're considered to be slave. Let me fix my word, because word have power. Let me not say that. Okay? But in the Matrix, obviously everybody's under bondage, basically, where you have to keep working. You can never be sovereign. You can't own anything. You see, so we don't have the luxury of time to go sit down 18 hours a day to go cultivate our faculty and all that kind of stuff. But it's the awareness that there's people who are doing this. So when you're watching all these animes, where do you guys think that these concepts of these animes are actually coming from? Do you think that somebody sit down and just start imagining all of this stuff, and the controlling of the elements and the avatar? No, there was people that can do these things. Ancient Lemuria, right? Ancient Lemuria. You have what we call the Cedas. The Cedas were basically people who could literally control elements according to the esoteric knowledge. I was not there. Let me just be clear. I was not there. I'd never seen it myself. I'm going by the esoteric and the occult knowledge or ancient knowledge. But listen, it actually makes sense because remember, every kind of a folklore, every kind of a folklore has a story of origin, which means that it originated somewhere. The idea, the concept, it originated somewhere. You see? So all these animes that we watch that we like so much, they're coming from original stories. And you want to know what's so crazy? For instance, like One Piece, right? One Piece is an anime that I like. I like One Piece. And because I have such a depth level of metaphysical knowledge, I realized that Oda, the writer of the One Piece anime, he's tapped in. I realize how tapped in he is. He's literally over there explaining to you how the world works through his anime. And people watching the anime for entertainment, but because they don't have the esoteric knowledge and the occult knowledge, they take it for just entertainment. The underwater kingdom, that's real and esoteric knowledge. Or the marine kingdom. You see? Skypia, all these are coming from esoteric wisdom and stories about different realms and so forth. And Oda over there writing the anime has all of this knowledge. Even some of the names of the characters, I'm like, oh, you see, but guess what? If you don't have the esoteric or the occult knowledge, you're gonna watch the anime and take it just for the fun and the fight. But if you understand the stories of origin where he's borrowing the concepts from, you realize that, wait a minute, this guy knows. He knows all of this stuff. But remember, when you have the knowledge, or let's say when you know the truth, you can't just come out and put the truth out there. They're going to ban you. They're going to silence you. They're going to censor you. They're going to stop your publishing. Just like what you guys see that I go through on social media with the censorship and the shadow banning and my accounts deleted, only because I'm here to talk about health. You see? Just like George Orwell, who wrote the book 1984. His name wasn't even George Orwell. He had to fake a name just to publish a book because they banned him based off the fact that he was against the system. So One Piece is literally showing you, like he's telling you how the world works. Now let's break it down. Let's break it down, right? So clearly you have the world government in the anime One Piece, right? And then you have the so-called pirates. So basically the pirates, now I know in your mind you're thinking that wait a minute, but pirates is bad people. Pirates are people who steal and take other people's gold, because in your mind you watch Pirates of the Caribbean and all this kind of different stuff, and they depict piracy, even the word called piracy, right? So you can see how that coded in your mind to even when I mentioned the word pirate as good people, your mind already resonate pirate or piracy with something negative because that's the English language. You get what I'm saying? So see past that. So in the One Piece anime, you have the pirates, or the people who, basically the people who do whatever they want. They don't follow by the rules of the government or society, whatever not. They're considered to be pirates. Okay? Then you have the world government, which are the Marines. Okay? And then basically the Marines are the enforcers who goes around hunting down the pirates, which are the people who's trying to live freely and do whatever they want, right? But keep in mind that who controls the world government? You have the five elders right behind. Okay, the five elders right behind. And those five elders are going to be like the bankers. You see, like how you guys have like the bankers, you have the Rothschild, you have the Rockefellers. Those are the secret those are the families right behind the government system that own the banks, the oils and everything. They're the one who pay politician, and politician got to answer to those people, right? Like the whole royal family in England, Rothschild family, Rockefeller family, um, Orsini family, because there's like 13 families that run the whole shit, right? Then above that, in the One Piece anime, you have Emu, which is the devil, which has a whole like devil fruit, who basically its ability is to demonize other people character and turn them into demons, which give them special powers to do different things. Isn't the same thing that you have here? Beyond the government, you have the people who eat children and eat babies. As you can tell, nobody's being arrested for it because they're all a part of it. So the writer of the One Piece anime is showing you how the world works through his creativity, right? Now, what is the strongest power in the One Piece anime? It's not the devil fruit power, because the devil fruit power can be neutralized by a sea stone or the sea water, right? Because what? Let me show you. Remember, apparently the devil fruit power comes from like a devil, like a jinn. Okay, that's why you have so much of them celebrities that be getting initiated with like a jinn. Magicians be also getting initiated with the jinn, and the jinn give them that power to do that magical trick and shit. They go into a whole contract with the jinn, which is like a devil. But yeah, because a jinn is a devil. Okay? And it's going to give that magician all them tricks and powers, right? Those celebrities that get initiated, they get initiated with an entity, which apparently, if you take DMT, while you go to like a celebrity concert, you can see the entities that's attached to them. And it's actually the entity that's there feasting off the energy of the crowd. So when you go when you go to celebrity concerts and everybody's jumping up, you're feeding an entity. A concert is basically a big ass ritual. Okay? So basically, let me catch it back. So okay, so the devil fruit would give a person the devil powers. Basically, you eat the fruit and you gain the power of that devil. Okay, I think that also Black Clover kind of show you the same concept as well. How people can get powers from devils by going into a contract with that entity. The entity is going to lend you its power, but for that, you're going to have to feed the entity other people's energy or on your soul and everything else, right? So notice that in a One Piece anime, you can have a devil-like power, but it's neutralized by the sea prism or the sea stone. Because what? The sea water neutralizes and purifies anything. That's why even in the Caribbean, whenever people want to cleanse their aura, they go to the ocean to go swim. Whenever somebody's afflicted by something spiritual or something like that, they go to the ocean to swim. Because the salt in the water, that's why people do salt bath. That's why people do salt bath to cleanse their energy. You see? So the sea water with the salt represents purification. That's why in the anime, the writer of the anime show you that, hey, for everybody who have a devil-like fruit power, once they touch the sea water, they're weakened. Or a sea prism stone, they can make handcuffs out of sea prism and they can't use their powers at all. You see? He's literally showing you how shit works energetically in this world, but you don't get it, right? Then the next thing that can override a devil fruit power is what we call haki. Okay? So you have three forms of haki. I'm gonna break it down for you. You got three forms of haki. Okay, now I know for most people who's here, you're not gonna understand what I'm talking about, but for the people who watch anime, you're gonna get it. Okay, so you got three forms of haki. You have ornament haki, which you can basically create like an armor. Okay, that armor is like your magnetic field around your body that creates an armor to basically block negative energies from entering into your field. It's called your Taurus field. So people with a weak magnetic field or basically become like spiritually weak or vulnerable. Okay? Then you're gonna have observation haki, which allows you to see into the future. This is insight. When you have an awakened pineal gland, which means that you have more of a higher cognitive function and awareness abilities, and you have insight and you can see even into the future sometime. That's observation haki. That have to do with your pineal gland. You see? But notice that you also have to be calm. If you're angry and upset, You're blinded. That's why one make the best decision when they're calm and their nervous system is relaxed. You see. Then you have the strongest haki now, which we call a king's haki, or what's the other terminology for it? Conqueror's haki. Okay? This is the kind of haki that when it's released, people with a weaker willpower will lose consciousness and just faint. Okay? Ultimately, haki is willpower. Simple. Haki is just willpower. If you have a stronger will, you have a stronger spiritual power. So in the anime, it shows you that having a strong willpower or a strong spiritual power will nullify any devil fruit. So it doesn't matter what devil somebody have came into a contract with to get the powers of a devil. If your willpower and your spiritual power is stronger, it nullifies and obliterates them. It doesn't matter. Nothing triumph your own spiritual power, basically. So you see, the One Piece anime, he's trying to teach you shit through the anime. He's over there writing everything and you guys still don't get it. You're looking at it as entertainment. But he's literally giving you all the keys, telling you how the world works, how energy moves, strengthen your willpower, cultivate your own path going forward. Obviously, you can see for the people who they call the pirates or the people who cultivate in their own path going forward and have a strong willpower. And you see that the world government put them on a wanted poster. You see, literally. So generally, if you don't conform to the system, you're seen as like a threat or like an enemy. That's naturally how the system is designed and how it works. And that's what One Piece is trying to convey to you in the anime. Okay, and I can go so much more deeper into different aspect of things, like, yeah, but we're gonna keep it there because not everybody here really watches anime. But I just wanted to give you the correlation and the correspondence of how that works. Yeah, it's literally depicting this exact thing that we're going through right now, right? So obviously we can tell that there's demons that runs society. So behind the whole governments and all the Congress and all the people, there's demons behind the scenes who runs everything, and that's why they eat babies and eat the little children. Okay, basically. Yeah, black clover. Yep, black clover. You see that Asta also can use the power of a devil as well. So you just kind of show it. It's the same thing people do when they get into contracts. They go into contracts with jinns or devils for abilities and powers and stuff like that, right? At the cost of their soul, or they sacrifice their children, or they try to sacrifice other people. But this kind of stuff happens. All right. Anyway, tribe. Um, Let me get in here a little bit warmer, and we're gonna get into some things. We're gonna make some food tonight. All right. I'm gonna take some activated charcoal. Then we're gonna take some slipper and bark, and gonna also take some. I'm gonna also take some capsules, and then we're gonna cook something. Now I have more oyster mushroom left from the last time, so I got more oyster mushroom left. I got some butter beans as well. What else? I have some burro bananas. So, and I have an avocado. So I'm also thinking about potentially making the porridge. We're gonna see how that goes. I'm making colon cleanse tea. Very good. I don't have food. This one's gonna hurt. Okay, not enough food. I mean, you don't got no ingredients. Get in the kitchen and make something then. Get in the kitchen and make something. Your skin is very clear. Gratitude, goddess, gratitude. I mean, if you clean your blood and you clean your colon, your skin will be clear. Okay? So you just clean your blood and clean your colon, and your skin will be very clear. Like nothing at all is going to be on your skin because your blood is clean. So whenever you have blemishes on your skin or rashes or anything, is because that's what's inside of your blood, and your body is trying to push it out of the blood, and then it's going to push it through the skin, because what? Your skin is your largest organ. and one of your largest eliminative organ as well. So the skin serves as a way to push toxic waste out of the body as well. Just like when you sweat, just like when your skin shed skin cells, that's why you need to wash your sheets after a while. You know what I'm saying? Um, Also, medically termed, the skin is said to be the third kidneys. Okay? So yeah. So if you got bad skin and your skin don't look that well, it's because your blood is dirty and your colon is dirty. Okay? Because when you have a dirty colon, you end up reabsorbing back the waste back into the blood, and then the body push it through the skin. So you constantly have bad skin because your colon is dirty, which is causing your blood to be dirty, and they're pushing it through the skin. And yeah, clean out the colon and clean out the blood. Okay, I would put you on my colon cleanse and parasite cleanse and lymphatic cleanse and the blood cleanse. In fact, I would put you to a full body cleansing. Do a full body cleanse. Okay, do the colon cleanse, the parasite cleanse, and the lymphatic cleanse. Once that's done, do the kidney cleanse and a blood cleanse and a liver cleanse. Then I want you to cycle back over again and do the parasite, the colon, and the lymph again. Do the liver, the kidney, and the blood, and watch how you're gonna glow. And of course, you're gonna need to eat healthy though. Don't be thinking that, oh, this is just about taking the herbs and I go back to eating chicken and Burger King and McDonald's frappe. Listen, we are not doing that. We're gonna clean out the temple, then we're gonna keep it clean. Okay? Clean it out again, and we keep keeping it clean. Keeping it clean. Alright? Yes. Alright. So I'm gonna take my activated charcoal, which I already have mixed up in here already. So the only thing with the activated charcoal, when you drink it, it'll be making your teeth like black. Okay? So this is my activated charcoal. I have 1 tablespoon of activated charcoal in water. As you can see, this is jet black because this container is specifically here just for my activated charcoal. So this is my dedicated container for charcoal. And then we're gonna do, after the charcoal goes through and bind up and do its thing, I'm gonna come in with some slip rim bark afterwards. Then after like an hour, I'm gonna take our oregano oil, our parasite capsules, and our other stuff that we be taking. I have some senna tea here. Before I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna drink the senna tea. So when I get up in the morning, everything should be coming out. Yes, avocado is healthy. The green avocados though, the little Hass avocados are not really. Those are like hybridized. I do eat them like 1 or 2 times if I go to the store. They don't have anything, but I don't prefer them. I prefer the green avocados. Okay, I'm not gonna say that the Hass avocados are harmful for the body, but they're not natural or normal. Obviously, they're still a byproduct of nature, but nature never intended for those to exist. Okay, somebody created it by, you know, altering with the plants and so forth. So the Hass avocado is not natural, but it's not gonna kill you either. Okay, every now and then I may eat 1 or 2 if I go to the store and I can't get the green one, but it's not what I prefer. Okay, let me show you what I got. So I have these avocados. They don't tell me where these are from again, but these these are what I prefer. As you can see, they're ready. So when I bought them at the store, I bought them a little bit hard, but like slightly soft a little bit because basically, me know so me never go eat them on the same day. So I said to myself, say, all right, let me just get them a little bit tough, but still slightly soft because I know so by the next day they was gonna be perfect. So these 2 are literally perfect and ready right now. Okay? So get these avocados if you can. All right? If you can, I'd prefer for you to get these ones. All right? Yeah. A quick cleanse. I don't know about a quick cleanse. We don't really go for like the quick fixes over here. Okay, we much rather implement the proper lifestyle change to get ourselves together. Okay, let me focus on getting this charcoal down. So when I'm taking my charcoal, I make it to be very thick though. Like, okay. What's the quickest cleanse for alcohol? What do you mean? Quickest cleanse for alcohol. You can't cleanse away alcohol. You can cleanse your kidneys if you damage your kidneys from alcohol. Or if you're what do they call this? If you're hangover or you're drunk, you can drink activated charcoal and that will neutralize that. Hmm. In Africa, when you drink charcoal when you're poisoned, you vomit immediately. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. That's why even in Jamaica, whenever people poison like the dogs, we'll give the dogs the activated charcoal and koala nut, especially this what we call koala nut. So koala nut in Jamaica we call this bissy. Okay, it's known as koala nut in Africa. It's a seed, and you grind it out. So bissy very big in Jamaican culture because we use it to neutralize any kind of a poison. We neutralize with bissy or koala nut. Very, very powerful stuff. Even when they poison the dogs, we just make some of this and like we call it drenching the dog or open up the dog's mouth and just pour it down there and the dog will get better. Right? All right. Can you put eye bright on the side? I mean, I can. I can put the eye bright on the side, but it's going to be in a powder form. Can you add spearmint in the activated charcoal? I brush my teeth with it. Never drink it. I mean, goddess, yeah, you can. You definitely can. Nothing's wrong with that. Just keep in mind that brushing your teeth with activated charcoal every day is not really good though because um, it'll basically wear down the enamel of your teeth. Okay, because it's very abrasive. If you notice the charcoal, I mean, okay, so here's what. Or charcoal, you can get away with it because or charcoal is made from coconuts, right? But then the regular charcoal that's made from wood, it has more of a larger porous structure and more abrasive, I'd say. So you scrubbing, you will tend to wear down the enamel of your teeth. That's why it's not good to do it all the time. So you can use charcoal, but if you're gonna use charcoal to brush your teeth, make it be coconut charcoal, and still not something for you to be doing every single day though. Okay? Yeah, basically. All right, tribe. So let's make some food. Let's make some food tonight. Hey YouTube, for anybody who's over on YouTube, if maybe you think I'm not really paying attention to y'all over there, that's not what it is. YouTube doesn't allow the comments to stay up on the screen, so I'm not able to read your comments and respond back to you. So, but I still want you to be able to tap in. So I just said, let me just go YouTube anyway. So I'm not going to be able to interact with anybody on YouTube based off the fact that the comments section doesn't stay up. Okay? All right, so I got oyster mushroom, and I got burro bananas. I also want to make porridge, but yeah, probably I'm gonna make the porridge. I'm gonna make the porridge. I'm gonna make some mushrooms. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. Okay? We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. All right, so let's get our ingredients together, tribe. Now the good thing is I have a little bit of batter from last time. I have a little bit of batter from last time. Let's see here. And these are my remaining oyster mushrooms. Okay. This is my remaining oyster mushrooms. So beautiful. It's gonna be so good tonight again. Now that I'm thinking, do I have enough oil to do all of this? Okay, I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. All right, so these are beautiful. Okay, goddess, we're definitely gonna make the porridge for sure. Yeah, Relis, yep. What should you use to brush your teeth other than the bullshit store sells? Um, Encino bark. It's good to brush your teeth with, right? Myrgum powder. Very, very good because antibacterial to brush your teeth with, basically. Coconut oil. Coconut oil pulling is good. So Encino bark, oak bark. You can put a little bit of clove powder in there as well. Like you literally can make your own tooth powder. Encino bark, myrgum powder, oak bark, a little bit of clove powder in there, basically. And you can also do coconut oil pulling. All right. So this is the last remaining of what we have as the oyster mushroom. And we're gonna make everything tonight. Now for the porridge, I'm going to do fonio. For the porridge, I'm gonna do fonio. So I think I'm gonna make around five fried burro bananas, and probably the other 5 is gonna make the porridge. I'm gonna use 5 to make the porridge. Okay, 5 to make the porridge, and 5 we're gonna fry 5. All right. Now I'm trying to think, what do I want to do first? And I have some butter beans that I want to saute these butter beans that I have. Let me see here. Okay, so we got quinoa. We got fonio. Okay, we got quinoa, we got fonio. All right. These. Okay. Oh, by the way, I know a lot of people probably have never seen the fonio before. So this is the fonio. It's an ancient grain, the most nutritious grain on planet Earth. As you can tell, it's smaller than the quinoa, but it's more powerful than the quinoa. Okay? It's called fonio. from West Africa. Powerful. One of the best things you can make as cereal for your baby as well. Okay. We have natural dates, which we're going to use to sweeten our porridge. All right. So first thing first, we're gonna saute some beans aside. Then we're gonna make the porridge first. Then we're gonna do the oyster mushroom. I got so much stuff to cook tonight. I don't know where to start. Don't know where to start. All right. So I have one bell pepper, two tomatoes. I need an onion. I need an onion to make this work. I need garlic. All right. Greetings, greetings. Welcome back to the healing space once more again. We're now tuned in, we're locked in, and we're going to be making some goodies, okay? We're going to make some goodies tonight. As per usual, I trust and hope that as we go through these processes that you are learning and start getting your life together, okay? So no excuse talking about you don't know how to do this, because I realize, like, talking about the knowledge sometime it can go through one ears and come through the next. And some of us are visual learners, so I'm like, you know what? Let's start cooking. Let's start cooking. We're going to do it together. Okay, we're going to be making food together. So you don't have no excuse. We talked about it. We get into the theory, the concept. Now let's put in the work. Okay. Now you guys already know I really, really like me red peppers. That's just my thing. I like red peppers. So good. Now look at the quality. Look how red it is. Top-notch quality peppers. Okay. The farmer who's planting these peppers, yeah, you know he planted these with love. No, he planted these with love. Do you have enough garlic this time? Yes, goddess, I for sure do. Okay. I got me three batch of garlic, and when I went to the store, I was up in there. I'm like, you know what? I'm not about to come up out of here without no garlic. Okay, so I was in there. You see here, darling, I got a full thing of garlic powder, and I was like, you know what? Let me just grab a little backup. I should have grabbed an extra garlic, but it's cool. So yeah, I got garlic this time. Not gonna let that happen to me again. That was tragic, running out of garlic like that. So I don't have any scallion. I just didn't like the quality of scallion that they were selling. I'm like, that don't look too vibrant. So I'm not fucking with it. So I'm gonna do without scallion this time. So we're just gonna do the red pepper with the onion and the garlic, and I have the dry thyme, and I'm gonna saute that with a good amount of turmeric, and then we're gonna drop in the beans in there and season it up. It's gonna be perfection. Then we're gonna move on to the next thing. Okay? Yes. Now I understand a lot of people probably not wanting to cook, because sometimes I'll be telling people today, hey, just meal prep. They're like, yo, but I can't eat healthy because I got work, bro. I'm like, first of all, don't be telling me no bullshit like that. Talk about you got work. You're a busy person, so you can't eat healthy. You gotta be buying outside food. Right? And I said to you that, okay, cool. How about your meal prep? I said go to Walmart, buy a set of 6 or 10 different container, right? Go to the supermarket, pick up a bag of quinoa, pick up some chickpeas, pick up some mushrooms, right? Pick up everything you got to pick up to make your food. Then I say, how about you take 1 hour and cook a whole big batch of food. Like you can cook a whole big ass pot of food, okay, within 1 hour, and then distribute the food out into those smaller containers. So now, if you got to go to work tomorrow, instead of you being at work buying fucking pizza or ordering some kind of processed food or dead carcass, you can just go in your bag and take out a dish of food. So I don't want to hear that bullshit talking about, oh, you're busy and you ain't got time. Take an hour out of your life and you cook a lot of food within that hour and distribute it in a whole bunch of different dishes and put it in your refrigerator. And now you just grab a dish or grab 2 dishes. If you didn't want to eat lunch, okay, or breakfast and lunch, whatever, not even though breakfast is not something for you to have instead of a dish anyway, but that should be fresh fruits. But even like breakfast, you can go to the supermarket right now and you can pick up a bag of blueberry, a bag of red raspberry, right? A bag of cherries, some kiwi, slice up the kiwi, put some blueberries in there, put some cherries in there, put a few slices of cantaloupe, put around a handful of seeded grapes in there, 2 slices of honeydew melon, a slice of papaya. That's breakfast, right? You can use your juicer and juice the celery with the cucumber, with the cilantro and the parsley, the green apples, and the ginger, and now you have juice. You see? And you can just pour that juice out into basically into mason jars or containers. Put them in your freezer then. You're leaving out for work, you grab your bottle out of the freezer, and you grab your food. You have food for lunch already that's already made. You have breakfast that's already put together inside of the containers. That's how you stay healthy. But giving me all these excuses talking about how, work got you, so you can't be healthy, you can't listen. Even me trying to explain that shit just confused my mind. That makes no sense to me at all. Like, do you think your job is more important than your health? Let you die tomorrow and see what happened. That job don't give a shit about you. Okay, they're gonna replace you immediately, like you never even existed. They don't give a shit about you. Then people care about you. So you trying to give me an excuse, telling me about how you can take care of yourself. You can, you know, stick with the protocol because I'm busy. I got work, man. I don't have the time. Okay, continue to be a sacrifice then. Your job gonna replace you in a heartbeat, like you never existed. So ain't no job in the world that's more important than your health. I can tell you that. It's not like we were designed to come here and work a job for the rest of our life anyway. So get your shit together. Okay, get your shit together and stop playing. Some of y'all, you don't take life serious enough at all. You really don't. But, you know, again, as I said, this is all because of the lack of self-love. When a person don't have a deeper connection with themselves and their purpose, yeah, this is what happened. They sabotage themselves. They neglect themselves. A lot of y'all right now, you're committed to slow motion suicide. Every single day, you're just dying more and more and more and more. That's slow motion suicide. How you have a sickness or a disease and you're popping pills and getting up going to work every day, watching TV, acting like everything is okay. Everything is not okay. Your organs are dying. You didn't born with no disease, so you're not supposed to be living with no disease. It's kind of like people who wear glasses. No shade at people who wear glasses. But You're walking around with a magnifying glass over your eyes every day as if that's normal. And now you're going back to go get a new prescription glass. Whenever you get a new prescription glass, they're just increasing the magnification. It means that your eyes are getting worse and worse to the point where they need to increase the magnification to give you another one. So your eyes are getting weaker and weaker and weaker. It gets to a point where without your glasses, you can't see shit. You're blind. That's a disability. And you guys accept that shit to be normal. That's not normal. If you're not born with a visual impairment, or by accident that your eyes got damaged, right? If that's not the case and you have bad eyes, it's because your organs are in a bad condition. So instead of getting prescription glasses, what you need to do is go clean out your inside, go clean out your organs, and allow your vision to clear up. We know that every cell and organ in your body is connected to the eyes. That's why we have iridology. Are you guys familiar with iridology? How do you think that we're able to know what a person's internal condition is without any expensive medical equipment or machines? Iridology. Because over 28,000 nerves in your body is all terminated directly into the iris of your eyes. That's why they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. For both your internal condition and both spiritual as well. Like when people are taken over by demons or entities, you can look in their eyes and you'll be like, oh, I see something. You can see something sinister in them eyes. Okay? There's a demon in there. But your eyes literally reflects your internal condition. So if you have problems seeing and you wasn't born within a visual impairment, I got bad news for you. Okay? You should be cleansing and trying to deal with that. Not walk around with a magnifying glass over your eyeballs acting like that's normal. There's so many things. Listen. Let me ask you a question. Okay. Have you ever seen any indigenous people at all wearing glasses? Go on Google. Go on Google and look. Go visit Africa. Go visit Amazon rainforest. Have you seen no old people wearing no glasses at all? This shit is not normal. Only in this society where you have people wearing glasses act like it's normal. Literally. Here's the thing. Whenever something is wrong with your eyes, right? The eyes will heal themselves eventually. So if you would actually fast, start to fast, or you're not seeing properly, start to fast and watch your eyes start to heal up. You have what we call retina cells. The retina cells in your eyes regenerate themselves using beta carotene. So have you guys ever wondered why over the years they've been saying that carrots are good for the eyes, which is not true? Carrots are not good for your eyes. But what carrot has small traces of beta carotene, which is responsible for regenerating the retina cells of the eyes. You get it? Sea moss contains a high level of beta carotene, which is good for the eyes as well. So it's just for you to realize that the eyes can restore and repair themselves just like anything else. Okay? But you have to start to eat differently and you have to fast. Eat differently and fast. Listen, if I have eye problems, what would I do? Let me tell you exactly what I would do if I had eye issues. Okay? But then again, that's not even possible. Now I'm trying to hypothetically visualize or create from something that's not even possible, because I don't eat no foods to destroy my eyes. So that's not even possible. But if that was possible, okay, let's just say that I'm eating your diet that you're eating. Okay? So I'm trying to put myself in your shoes hypothetically. And I can't see properly. My visual acuity is decreased. And now they're saying that I gotta get glasses. Okay, so what I would do, first of all, I would start consuming sea moss that contains a lot of beta carotene. Okay, I would stop eating all cooked foods immediately. Anything that I've been eating, I'm gonna stop because clearly something's wrong with my vision. If I can't see, I can't get to fully enjoy life in its freedom. The fuck I look like walking around with a magnifying glass, and if it breaks, I start to panic. Oh, my glass, or where's my glass? Or if you lost your glasses, you can't do nothing. I don't want to live like that. I would never want to live like, nah. I want to be able to wake up free to go swim, jump in the river, jump in the sea, run through the forest. You can't even run with your glasses on. That should fall off your face. You're done. So literally, you have no freedom. Okay, your main sense that you use to observe reality is fucked up. You gotta stop eating the food that you're eating. I would stop eating all of that shit now. Okay, so I'm gonna start a fast. No cooked foods. I'm just gonna be fasting on juices and water. Okay, then I'm gonna get the herb we call eyebright. And I'm gonna start drinking tea from the eyebright because it's gonna strengthen and repair the eyes. I'm also gonna use the eyebright as a eye wash to wash my eyes and cleanse off my eyes. Secondly, I'm gonna get the herb called bilberry. I'm gonna be drinking bilberry tea and using it to wash my eyes as well. Okay. Thirdly, I might even use the cayenne pepper, which I know is crazy. Be like, yo, you can put cayenne pepper in your eye. You actually can wash your eyes with cayenne pepper, believe it or not. Not telling none of y'all to go do it though. Okay, we just want to leave that for the professionals in that sense. Don't go there, but you can research it if you're curious enough, right? Then I would also put castor oil over my eyelids before I go to sleep at night. That's gonna penetrate and move any kind of mucus off of the eyes. Okay, that's what I would do. Then I'm gonna go through the fasting and clean out every single organ. I'm focusing on every organ within the body. I'm trying to be brand new again. I'm trying to get back to a state of having no heavy metals, no parasite, no nothing. Because I understand that my eye problem would be a cause of what I've been consuming because I was not born that way. If I wasn't born that way with an eye problem, then clearly I develop an eye problem based off what I've been consuming. So I have to remove all of that stuff. Obstruction, pollution, heavy metals, parasite. Literally. That's what I would do. And I would never stop until my eyes come back 100%. I would not even play around with my reality like that. Okay? Would not play around with my reality like that. All right, so I have my onion and my peppers cut up, my garlic cut up as well. Okay, I'm gonna put my tomato in afterwards. Not ready to put my tomatoes in yet. So let me add a little bit of the avocado oil. Not too much now, and I'm gonna put it on there and let it do its thing for now. We're gonna put it on low temperature. I'm gonna put that on low temperature for now. I could go and simmer down a little bit. And we're gonna need these soon, but not right now. Need them soon, but not right now. All right. What else are we gonna work on now? Okay, so I need to get the beans, and wash off the beans, and get the beans ready. Somebody say, what the fuck is porridge? That's so cute. You don't know what porridge is? Aw, you're missing out. So the herb for the eyes is eyebright and bilberry. Okay, got it. So this is not for the mushrooms. I'm making some beans that I have separately, and then we're gonna make the porridge, and then we're gonna make the mushrooms. Okay? So I'm doing like three things at once. Like three things at once. Give me a second. Like, like three things at once. Mm-hmm. I'm actually in the mood to cook. I'm really in the mood to cook tonight. Gonna be a long process though. So, but let's see if we can get it done within at least 2 hours. Even though we've probably been here for like an hour already though. So let's see if we can get it done within that time frame. Let's see. I'm also gonna make coconut milk with the porridge. The porridge gonna be good though. That's gonna be real good. All right, so our beans are ready. Pretty good. Someone said I've never cooked this late. So I'm working. Okay, so like throughout the day, we'll be shipping orders. So like I'll be sleeping too. Then get up and then we have to ship out the orders. And so it's the nighttime that I have more of a free time. But you guys not gonna get me much in the daytime, so that's why we'll be here. But it's the weekend. It's the weekend. All right, so I know you guys are gonna be up anyway, scrolling on TikTok and scrolling on the algorithm, looking at reels. So we might as well do something productive. Okay? We might as well be up doing something productive. All right. One thing, the garlic and the onion is so strong. Jeez, I like that. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. I got some hot chili peppers. Hold up. I almost forgot these. Almost forgot these goodies. And it's so funny because the last two times I end up making food and I totally forget them. I never thought I would like butter beans. It's a staple in my kitchen. Yeah, they're very nice, right, Goddess? Very, very nice. I messaged you on WhatsApp for the leaves and you asked for the work order number. I don't have one because the herbs are not on your website. Um, Emmy. So maybe you're talking to my assistant because I don't be on the phones. So my assistant, she basically do the WhatsApp. So I'm not really aware of the conversation on there. What is it that you need though? If it's not on the website yet, I can put it on there if there's something that you need and we have it. Yeah. Okay. What is a good program to follow for type 2? Um, so type 2 cucumber juice. You should be drinking cucumber juice daily. Utilizing the bitter melon, which is going to heal your pancreas, and do intermittent fasting. Remember, your issue is strictly just your pancreas being inflamed. And then I'm going to recommend a parasite cleanse to remove any fluke that may be inside of your pancreas, shutting down your production. Most type 2 diabetes involve parasites. All right, so I'm adding some of this hot pepper up in here. Oh, the dog blood bush. We don't have it. We don't have the dog blood bush. We haven't gotten any yet. I haven't gotten the dog blood bush yet, goddess. Oh, this is smelling good already. Just need a little tiny more bit of the avocado oil. That'll do. All right. That will do. I'm gonna keep back a little piece of onion for what? I'm not even sure, but this onion was pretty big, so I'm gonna leave back a little bit of that. Okay, someone asking about malaria. Cinchona bark. Cinchona bark for malaria. Also, Peo Piera. So cinchona bark and Peo Piera. Get rid of malaria easy, easy. So look up cinchona bark or quinine. Same thing. Two names for it: quinine bark or cinchona bark. And the other herb is called Peo Piera. Peoriera. Okay. Um. So bitter melon and Cersei is not the same thing. Part of the same family, but not the same thing. So notice how bitter melon kind of big and long. Notice that the seed on the Cersei is small. So a part of the family, but bitter melon and Cersei are not the same thing. So also the bitter melon contains a specific kind of compound that really act upon the pancreatic cell, like the alpha and the beta cells, and Cersei doesn't have that. So Cersei is more of a blood cleanser. Yeah. All right. So put a little bit of turmeric. Now burn the turmeric a little bit. You guys know I love turmeric already. Yeah. So for parasite cleanse, you can go to my website and get the parasite slayer, kit, and get the colon cleanser too, because you can't do a parasite cleanse and not do a colon cleanse. And get activated charcoal, because you're gonna experience the die-off symptoms. All right, and stick with the cucumber juice, like I told you. Drink the cucumber juice daily. Consume bitter melon frequently. Intermittent fasting. Avoid all processed sugar. Avoid all starches. No sugar at all. Avoid heavy carbs. No rice. No bread. Avoid all of those. And as you move toward the process, you will notice that your pancreas start coming back online. The parasite cleansing phase will definitely be challenging. Not gonna act like it's gonna be easy, but nothing is really easy that's worth accomplishing. You know? So the website is alkalinejungle.com. So alkalinejungle.com, or you can also click the link in the bio. You can also click the link in the bio. All right. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, let's come over to our oyster mushrooms. So this one can be into 2 pieces. Okay, I didn't cut this one all that good, but okay, I think I'm gonna fry this piece by itself. Okay, can I work with that? We can work with that. Mind you, top quality, okay? Mind you, top quality. First parasite cleanse was easier than your second. Yeah, because you basically lesser the parasitic load. So the second time around, it's not going to be as crazy because you don't have the same amount or load of parasite as before. So that's why. All right. So I go on. Okay. What do you have to move cysts on the kidneys for dialysis? The kidney reviver and the kidney wood. So when you visit the website, type in kidney in the search bar, and you're gonna see two products is gonna pop up: the kidney reviver and the kidney wood. Those are gonna purify and cleanse your kidney. Obviously, no sodas at all, and do not consume anything that's gonna burden your kidneys to make your kidney have to basically work. Your lymphatic system also has to be moved. Now, for the person who asked about kidneys too, there's a herb. Oh damn, the spice is ooh, and that pepper is just crazy right now. If you want to sneeze, there's a herb called gravel root. Okay, gravel root, very very good. I'm adding the tomatoes up in here now. Now, what I like to do when I use the tomato, I like when the water from the tomato, kind of like creates the sauce. So sometimes I even cut the tomato and then I kind of like squeeze it a little bit, like this, and then squeeze it. You see that? And allow the juice from the tomato to also like come out a little bit. So we're going to cook an amazing dishes, and no animals is going to be sacrificed or killed. Okay? We all going to be happy. The animals going to be safe in nature like God intended. And your organs going to be happy like God intended. Okay? You ain't got to worry about going to the bathroom and it's smelling like dead dogs when you come out. Okay? All right. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of water. Just a tiny bit. And now I'm going to add the seasonings now. So so spicy, jeez. Spice is crazy. That pepper, like I literally overloaded that with chili peppers. It's wilding right now. I don't even think I should put no cayenne in it. To how strong it is, like should I even put no cayenne in there? All right. What do we got? What do we got? All right. So black pepper. So I'm gonna put a little bit of a sea salt first. Sea salt. All right. So sea salt is in. Black pepper is in. A little bit of cayenne pepper because I'm a fiend for pepper. I'm not gonna put too much because it's already hot. All right. So we're running the onion powder. Got more. Got my garlic powder. Got ginger powder. Huh. Did I run out of basil? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I got it. Got a little bit of basil. So jalapeno peppers, just a tad bit, not too crazy. Just for that slight flavor. That's what we're looking for. Garlic powder. I ran out the last time, so I had to go up in there and get me a re-up. So that's our garlic powder. Now we're gonna do oregano. Now, when you're doing the oregano, you just want to make sure that you don't put too much because it'll like crazy. It's very intimidating. You want to put like a little bit just to spike it a little bit and that harmonize the flavor. Basil. Almost at the last of my basil. I should have bought more. I didn't realize. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to put a little bit of ginger. Again, a little bit of ginger. This is optional though. This is very optional. You don't really need ginger. And that does it. A little bit of onion powder. Just a little bit. Perfect. We're going to need these again very soon, so we're not going to put them too far away. Because we're going to season up the mushroom. I have to get rid of some of these stuff out of my seasoning space because what are these? All right. Sensational. Literally. All right. Now I'm gonna add in our beans right in. Just show you guys what that look like right now. I'm gonna let it simmer. See how it looks right now? So I'm gonna just let it simmer for a little bit more because the beans are already boiled. We just want to get the flavor and the gravy to somewhat become absorbed into the beans, and it's gonna be ultimate perfection. Okay? Yeah. Let me just see something real quick. Perfect. I just need the beans to soak into it a little bit more. But the gravy, the flavor is perfect. Wow. Okay. Gonna be so good. All right, so let's continue to make our oyster mushroom, which we're gonna turn into chicken. For those of you who've been here with me before in the last time, you already seen the whole entire process. You see how amazing everything came out? Okay. And this is the last of our big box of oyster mushroom, which I truly enjoy. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed the last batch, like, I really did. Right? That isn't it? Aren't they beautiful? Yeah, Relis, go ahead and cook it and send me a picture. Send me a picture in the DMs what it look like. So beautiful. All right, family. So here we have it. We have a whole dish of oyster mushroom. All right. Perfect. This brand is pretty good. Exotics by Phillips. Phillips Mushroom Farm. So this is from Phillips Mushroom Farm. So I'm pretty sure that you guys can probably order it online if you can find it in your neighborhood. So they don't have no website link. Let me see if they got no website link on here. Okay, so it says Baltimore, Baltimore and Pennsylvania. Okay, so I guess they got two branches in Baltimore and Pennsylvania. So I'm pretty sure you guys can Google this. Okay, Exotics by Philip Mushroom Farm. See? Get your hands on that. Wow. This is absolute perfection. Literally, like the thickness, the gravy level, the flavor, everything is like married together right now in this little pot. Wow. Wow. All right, so 2 more minutes and that will be done. 2 more minutes. How much battery we got? Okay, we got 45% battery life, so we can do some things. We can do some things. So this, hold up here. So I have wet batter left over from the last time we made. I put it in the refrigerator because we had some left over. So at least I don't have to make like a big batch of new wet batter again. And this was seasoned to perfection. So all I'm gonna do with this one is add some water. Add some water to this batter that we have. And then, yeah. Then we're gonna make it happen. Then we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna need more water, still kind of thick. So for anybody who's coming in for the first time, the wet batter was basically, we use spell flour. We use the spell flour, right? And we season the spell flour with the sea salt, the cayenne, the black pepper, a little onion powder, and then we add spring water. So I'm not gonna make over the wet batter because I have from last time we made. All right. Okay, not bad. So generally with the batter, you want it to where it can coat your utensil. So you see how whenever I lift it up, how it leaves a coat over it, you know that it's perfect. Okay? So if it's sticking on too thick on your fork, the batter is too thick. Add a little bit more water to it. Okay? If it's not leaving a coat on the spoon or the fork, then it's too thin. You want it to leave like a slight coating over it, so you know once you dip the mushrooms in it, it's gonna take on that coating just the same. So this is literally perfection. Okay, so this is good. This is good. All right. That is good. All right, these beans are done now. Let me just remove them from the fire. They don't need nothing more than that. Okay? Listen, it's smelling so good up in here right now. Like, also, these cooking sessions are for now because we're going to be fasting next week. Okay, we're going to be fasting next week, so for a while too. So, yeah. I'm going to enjoy all these food because I know that I'm not going to be able to have none of it anymore. Because there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to eat food, and there's a time to not eat nothing. You can't be eating food all your life, every single day of life. Okay? There's no balance. It's not normal. Perfect. And here we have the beans sauteed up nice. Also, let me see some. I want you to see the consistency. Like, do you see that? Look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that thickness? Notice that there's no extra water around. I don't like whenever people saute food and it look like soup. Like, no. Okay? Perfect thickness, perfect gravy, and everything is married together beautifully. Okay? Now, the fasting duration is going to be for 40 days, but for everybody else who's just now coming into fasting, for you, it's going to be 12 days. For people who are more advanced, it's going to be 21 days for you. So there's 3 levels to the fasting. Beginner level is going to be 12 days, so it's going to be the same fast, but at day 12 you can stop if you're not used to fasting for that long. That's good enough for you. Okay? If you're experiencing fasting, it's going to be 21 days. Okay? And I'm going to 40. Perfect. Oh, let me show YouTube. I forgot. That's how we're looking YouTube. Yeah. All right. So this meal is done. We can put this aside. So now we're left with our nice dish of mushrooms. Okay. Now before I even do this, let me take my capsules before I even start this, because we got to take our herbs too. Be consistent with the whole process. Okay. So I'm gonna take my biofilm breaker, parasite capsules, colon capsules. Boom. Um, oregano oil, and clove oil. That'll be it for now. All right, so we're gonna make it quick and easy. You guys are already used to the whole entire process. By now, you should know how the whole entire protocol goes. Okay, and we're gonna stay consistent because when we start something, we want to stay to keep the rhythm, right? We want to keep that rhythm, so that's how we're not gonna miss out or make no excuse. All right, no excuse. So we're gonna get our oregano oil. For you, you'll have it in the small bottles. You can get the oregano oil on my website if you have not gotten it yet. Okay. Now again, if you're just now starting off, you're supposed to be using 3 drops, 3 to 4 drops. So you can't go off what I'm doing because I'm doing something completely different. All right. I'm using black seed oil as my carrier oil, but sometimes I use olive oil too. I just don't have any olive oil right now. You want to use a carrier oil because the oregano is so strong it'll burn you up. Okay? Yeah. So you can add A little bit of carrot oil, and then you add your oregano. All right. Perfect. So now I have those capsules. And I take them, and that's that. Now I'm going to do something else. And any essential oil that's very strong, you're going to dilute them because they're so strong by themselves. All right? Yes. Okay. That's that. We take our capsules, very simple, very easy. You'll be acting like taking care of yourself is hard. You'll get up every day and drink coffee and waffles and burgers every day. But I ask you to do something simple as this to take care of yourself, and you give me excuses like, come on now. Easy stuff, easy stuff. Just be consistent. Okay? When you want to get the herbs to work for you, be consistent. Be on it. Because remember, when you go to the doctor and they put you on drugs, don't they have you taking that shit 3 times a day? Yeah. So have the same energy. Okay, have the same energy. So those are my natural oils. Those are done. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have something I'm experimenting with. I forgot. I'm experimenting with something else right now. Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is something I'm experimenting with, where I grind out this strange plant, and I'm trying to see what it do for my body. It's a powerful, divine plant, and I want to see what is like how it's working with my body. So it's not in large production right now, so I'm just doing little small tests with it, and that's why I say to you guys that my body is different, because I basically be testing out different things. Oh, don't waste none of this. So that's basically the plan that I've powdered out. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold the capsules. So remember I told y'all that you can use your hand to fold the capsules. Very simple, easy stuff again. Very simple, easy stuff. Y'all be making this stuff look difficult. Very simple, easy stuff. Okay? Very simple, easy stuff. All you're going to do is open the capsules. Okay, you're going to open the capsules like this. Use one hand to just pack the powder into the capsules and then just close it. Okay? So I'm going to use one hand and just heap and basically compact the capsule with the powder. And you can do this to any powder. You can do this with clove powder, neem powder, any herb in powder form, wormwood, doesn't matter. Yes, you can just buy a capsule machine too, like a small capsule machine for like $30 as well. I'm going to show you guys that tomorrow. Although I'm planning to, I'm going to release a course on my website, which I will go like in depth into things. If you want to learn how to make tinctures and different things, I think I'm going to do that. And look, the capsule is full. So now I'm going to close it. Lock. Done. Cool. I'll make another one. Simple, simple stuff. And it's not taking no long time just to fill up a couple capsules with your hand, with your finger, literally. If you're really lazy, I mean, for me, this is kind of therapeutic for me, so this doesn't bother me. It's very therapeutic for me. But if you even want to be lazy and say, okay, it's taking up too much time, just buy one of the small capsule machine. Lock, close down, it's locked. 2 capsules done. It's gonna be the last one now. Okay. All right, and there we go. There we go, family. We are now reaching completion. Close. All right, and now we got 3 capsules. I'll tell you about what herb this is when I'm done my studies. So I'm taking a herb and so I okay. Yesterday I took around 9 of the capsules and I felt really good. Like I had so much energy too. Like I literally feel so amazing. So to be honest, it is doing great things for me. So I'm like, but I'm gonna go the rest of the week and see. Okay, good. All right. All right. So I'm gonna allow those to, go through, and then within the next 20 or 30 minutes, now we're gonna come back to do these 3. So I'm gonna put these over here for now. Okay. And so now our focus is back to our oyster mushroom. All right, back to our oyster mushroom. So let me get my seasonings intact because we're gonna need those. And welcome to anybody who's just now coming back into the space. Welcome. This is your healing space, a space that we've cultivated for each other to demystify the illusion of health and to support each other as we go through this human existence of a lifetime. If you happen to be here, understand that this is by no means a coincidence, but it's divine alignment. It's the universe nudging you to move into a healthier direction for your life. Okay? Now, will it be easy? No. Will it be worth it? Yes. Will it require self-love? Yes. Will it require discipline? Yes. Will it require willpower? Yes. Okay? So you have a choice to make. You can remain the same, being stagnant in your old version of yourself, never growing, never expanding. Or you can choose to tap in and get your life together. Ain't nobody coming to save you. All right? So I'm here with you right now as we go through this journey of life. And this is the process. Okay? Eating healthy, fasting, meditation. Okay? Basically, it's going to put you on a whole another level. Whole nother level. All right. So here's what. We need to season the mushrooms. But remember, you can't just go putting the season on the mushroom because it's not going to hold. You see, it's not going to hold. So we need to make sure that the seasoning actually sticks to the mushroom. How are we going to do that? We're going to put some oil to lightly coat the mushroom. So once we put the seasoning on, it sticks on to the mushroom. Okay? You must understand this. So here we got everything. Damn, the detox working already. Very good. See how fast that's working? Like mucus is trying to leave my body already. That's good. All right. So here we have our oyster mushroom, and we're gonna make fried chicken. Okay, your version of fried chicken, and I'm telling you that the consistency is so good that you're not going to be able to tell the difference. I promise you, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. Okay, that's how good it tastes. So we're going to season it to make sure that it hits like how it's supposed to hit. Now, for us to get the seasoning to actually stick onto it, we're going to put a light coating of the avocado oil. Okay, and then we're going to massage the avocado oil into everything. Okay, and then we're going to add our seasonings. We already have our wet batter, and we're going to put together some dry batter too. Oh, damn. I almost put too much. I'm here chatting. I almost put too much. I'm here chatting. Okay, cool. So let us actually just massage everything in. Okay. Oh, that's looking good already. Yeah, I almost drowned the thing in oil. Got a little bit carried away, like I thought it was the pot I was poured it into just now. So let us massage everything in there now, family. Boom. And you see the good thing about this? When you make it, right, it tastes just like fried chicken, the same consistency, and it's so good. Like it's like addicting. But here's what. The thing about when you're eating something healthy, even if you eat a lot of it or too much of it, it's still not gonna do nothing to you. You're not gonna wake up with a fat stomach. You're not gonna use the bathroom and it smell like dead dogs. You know, it's not gonna make you obese and all that kind. It's not gonna make you. It's not gonna big your back or make you into a big back. You can eat as much of it as you want to, because it's natural. It get digested fast. Okay, this is only taking your body around 25 minutes to be digested versus chicken that take 140 minutes to 2 hours. You see, and leave you with a whole bunch of growth hormones, steroids, and antibiotics. Ain't no chemicals in this. This comes directly from nature as a plant that's growing. So see, everything is now massaged up with the avocado oil. So perfect. So now when I put the seasonings on, it can stick. Okay? Good. Very good. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime, I'm gonna make my oil heat up. Okay, because the oil needs to be hot, like hot to fry them crispy. Gotta watch my oil too, because like gotta fry bananas. Right? So let our oil get hot in the meantime. So obviously we're gonna add our sea salt. Good. We're gonna put a little bit of dash of a cayenne pepper. This is the hottest cayenne pepper in the world. You can only find it at our website. Over 90,000 Scoville heat unit. Don't play with it. It will teach you a lesson. Now, I have a lot of fire element in my natal chart. I'm earth and fire. Okay, so don't do what I'm doing, okay? I'm from the island of spices. I go crazy with spice. You're not, your palate not going to be able to handle it. Okay, so we have sea salt and we have cayenne in there. Boom. Now we're going to add the last amount of basil that we have. All right, now black pepper. The black pepper is optional, but I like that taste that black pepper give. Okay? Boom. Now we're going to add some oregano. Remember we talked about the oregano? Don't go crazy with the oregano. You just want it to be slightly, to give you like a slight flavor. So make it very light. Very light. No more than that. All right. Now the last two things that we're going to add is going to be our onion powder and our garlic powder, which, garlic powder here, where is it at? I know we just had it. I swear. The way how I be losing stuff in here, like it make no sense. Oh, here it is. You're doing all the way up there, huh? You're doing all the way up there. All right, so let me massage everything in. Now, the reason why I add the garlic and the onion powder afterwards because I want it to become the outer coating. Okay? I want it to become the outer coating. So massage it in. So beautiful. So beautiful. Now hold up. I'm gonna show you guys the visual because I want you to see this. As my oil is getting super hot. I like when my oil gets hot to the point where you start seeing like a little bit of smoke. You know it's at peak. Okay, you know it's at peak. All right, good. Now hold up, because I want you to see that. You see that? Okay. Somebody say, Corey really think he's a chef. The art of coding. You heard me. Like, listen. Y'all see how lovely this is seasoned? You see that? Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, I'm like so in love with the process right now. I'm so in love with the process. All right, so that's good. So now we're gonna do the outer coating. My hand so oily I can't even open the thing. Okay, the oil is almost there. You can hear it toning down. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is the garlic powder. Okay, now I want the garlic powder to give it like a thin outer coating, so I tend to use a lot of garlic. Okay, and then we're gonna put onion powder, and then we're gonna put it in the batter that's also seasoned. Okay, so when you bite into this, it's like you're going through layers of unconditional goodness. Okay, it just dance in your taste buds. Like, what is this? Yeah. All right, so that's good with the onion powder. Wow. Okay. Very nice. All right, so now we're gonna go with our onion powder now. All right. There we go. There we go. Do you like the king trumpet mushroom? Yeah. So the king trumpet mushroom, I'm sauteing it. I like to saute it. I fried it before, like put it in the batter. I guess I didn't like the consistency of it, like frying it, but it's okay. Sauteing is okay with it, like yeah. All right, tribe. So there it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, so you see how it's nicely and everything. It's ready. Okay, it's ready, 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 ready. All right. And the pot is hot. The pot is hot. So hold up. Hold up. I'm a little late. The oil is already hot and I'm not even ready for the oil yet. I'm doing too much chatting. Okay, let's lock back in. Let's lock back in. Okay, let me wash this out really, really quick. Hold on, let me drop one in the oil because the oil is already hot. Give it something to do. All right, where is the grabber thing? Okay, here we go. All right, so here we have our wet batter. And now we have to prepare our dry batter. So we're going to be using the spell flour as usual. So this is unbleached white spell flour. Okay, unbleached white spell flour. And this is going to be for the dry batter, right? So we're just going to use around, see the amount of mushroom I have. All right, I'm going to use that amount for now, 1 scoop for now. If we need more, I'll come back around. So this is the wet batter. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to now take our mushroom and we're going to submerge it into the wet batter. And we allow it to coat it like that. See that little coating? Perfect. Okay? Then we're going to drop it into the dry batter. I'm being stingy with the flour because I don't like having a lot of leftover flour from the dry batter. And here we go. Okay, now we're going to submerge this. And now we're just going to repeat the process. So I'm gonna get in the first set, and should be good to go after that. Can one put some seasoning or some herbs into the dry flour? I mean, if you want to, but like given the fact that we already seasoned the mushroom and we seasoned the wet batter, it's like to season the dry batter too is a little bit like unnecessary. But you could if you want to. I mean, nothing is stopping you from doing so if you want to. But keep in mind that the dry batter is so thin that whatever seasoning you have in the dry batter is not going to really hold though. You see, because the sticky surface is already covered by the flour once you drop it in there. So I don't think that's going to be that effective. But I mean, you could. Definitely could. Hmm. Try not to use paper towel as they're putting chemicals in them as well. Just use clean linen cloth, cheaper too. So guys, my paper towel that I use is bamboo paper towel. So I don't really use the regular paper towel. I use the ones made from bamboos. Trust me, I'll be on to everything, okay? I'll be on to everything. Be on to everything, mama. But it's like I said, as long as we don't produce things for ourselves, we're always going to be subjected to some kind of a contamination. So, just what we got to go through. Mm. I think I'm gonna switch the burner of my stove. I realize that sometimes like it be acting like it gets overheated and it start to like turn down on its own. I'm gonna switch to the other one because I need the oil on full blast right now. But yeah, Tribe, like I said, until we start producing stuff for our own, listen, you're never gonna get away from them putting some kind of toxic chemicals. Like, come on now, remember, the people who owns these companies, you see what they do to children. So it's like you can't expect them to do right by citizens or people. They're not operating from integrity and morality. These are demons we're talking about here. So yeah, until we're producing our own food, our own um, our own things. Like at this point, I feel like anybody who goes and create like a company, who has the means to go create like a company that make natural paper towels and toilet papers with no chemicals, you're gonna do good. Trust me. If I wasn't so busy, doing what I'm doing, because this is my purpose, so I can't go do anything else and I abandon my purpose. But if I had that capacity where I could and the finance to go start a company that makes paper towel, natural paper towel and toilet paper, it would do amazing. You see? So yeah, that's generally what we need to do. Yeah, that's what I use, bamboo. Straight bamboo. You can find them on Amazon too. Just look up bamboo paper towel. I need to establish some few details regarding the process. Please allow a moment so we could go up towards within was able to. Oh, y'all wanna go to Jamaica? Well, going to Jamaica, going to Jamaica and staying on the resort is not going to Jamaica. I can tell you that much. There's so much people who think that they went to Jamaica. You didn't go to Jamaica. You went to a resort. Okay, if you're not doing local things and interacting with the local people, it's like you never really get to experience Jamaica, really. Portland is going to be the best place you can go because that's the peaceful country area that's not super developed. You see? When you go to Jamaica, you go places like Montego Bay. It's like you're going to another city full of scammers and yeah, people who wants the quick life. So higher crime rate down those places. Okay, so I'm going to have to. Okay, I'm going to fry this over again. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, but Portland. So Portland Parish. So you can think of it like a state. Okay, you can think of it like a state. And Portland is like the parish where you have more indigenous people. So you have people who still like make baskets and craft and carve out different items. In places like Montego Bay and other parts that are more like city-like, you're not gonna get those artistic essences anymore because those places are people are places where it's like trying to be like America. Like you're gonna see stuff like KFC and Starbucks and all that kind of stuff because you have foreign investors that comes to the island basically to make money, so they start to bring the same kind of corporation that America has. And so those parishes, it's like it's just so artificial basically. So it's like you leaving from America to go to America if you go to a state that foreign investors from America go there to open big businesses. So you're not getting to experience the actual Jamaica. It's just like when you go to Jamaica and you end up staying on the resort at an expensive hotel. While if you had gone to like an Airbnb from a local or something, you'd have had better experiences and go to the beach, go to the river, interact with the people and the indigenous people and the Rastafarians and all that kind of stuff. You get a more better experience, literally. Literally. Okay, so here's what. The only part about like in Jamaica though, like once they realize that you're American and you're not from there, they're gonna start to double up the price on you. And okay, so that's the only thing about it. They're gonna try to make as much money off of you as possible. So if something costs $20, they're gonna tell you that it costs $120. Okay, that's just. But I mean, listen, as you already know, the greed from money. Okay, the greed from money is something that affects people in the whole entire world. As you can see, some people will even sell their soul or their children and sacrifice for it. So yeah, in Jamaica, their greed from money, they will overcharge you once they realize that you're not from there and that you're a foreigner. They're gonna double up the price on you. That's the only thing. But you can you'll find good tour guides down there though, like people who just does that for a living. Like they'll bring you to different places. You can get a tour, and they'll ensure that you can get things at regular prices, not elevated. But if you're just moving on your own, like oh I'm just in Jamaica by myself and you're going around, once they see you, they know you're not from there. All the prices doubling up. So that's just what they do. But aside from that, beautiful island, beautiful people. Mm, damn. I'm not done yet though. I had to allow one side of my stove to cool down. It's even better than the last time. Somebody said I'm making fried seasoning. How disrespectful. Listen, I will allow you to have your dead animals. Okay, by all means, you continue. All right, tribe. So here's can you all see that? Okay, look at that. Beautiful. The exact substitute you need for your so-called fried chicken. Okay, you don't need to eat them dead animals. All right, you don't need to eat them dead animals at all. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Literally perfect. All right, let's continue. And it's like I said before, everybody have their own power of free will. God have bestowed you your own power of free will, so you're entitled to your own choice. So if you feel like, you don't want to, you're not going to change your diet or you're just going to keep eating meat, then I mean, that's a choice that you can make for yourself. The whole point is that we try to help you, to save you from that disease state that you're approaching, because eventually you're going to get there. Nobody eats the standard American diet and escape a life of disease or sickness. So that's what awaits you. So the thing is, you can't say nobody never helped you or tried to help you. Okay? You just didn't want to get into alignment. It's as simple as that. And I get it. As I said, a lot of people, they make excuses. Bro, we all gonna die anyway, bro. Just enjoy life, man. That's extreme. Y'all be doing too much. You think you're gonna live to 200 years old or something, bro? Like over the years, trust me, I get all kind of radical people that say some crazy things. But I understand that it's because they're a victim. Okay, they've been altered on a subconscious level to where they're devoid of self-love, and those are the excuses that they use to continue to indulge in the things that they can break away from. So it's coming from a weakness, a mental weakness. Like they can't say no to something that's taking their life because they're so deeply attached to it. You see, and so it's easier to say, "Yo, I'm just eat it in moderation, man. Everything is in moderation. We all gonna die. So what's the point?" And as I said, eating healthy have nothing to do with trying to escape death. We're not trying to escape death. Death is not even real. Eating healthy, okay, it increases your quality of life. It's about improving your quality of life. Okay, I might have to bring this heat temperature back down. It's getting pretty hot in here. But I get it. If you don't love yourself and you don't care, I mean, by all means, keep eating what you're eating. We're gonna see you in a couple of years. Trust me, we're gonna see you in a couple of years on hella pills, open heart surgery, brain surgery. You're gonna be in the hospital frequent. We're gonna see you. So keep it up. Keep making excuses and take shit for a joke. We're gonna see you. Now, there's different mushrooms that you can also explore. Like we talk about, well, last week we made the enoki mushroom, right? The enoki mushroom came out to be amazing as well. Obviously, you can grill the lion's mane. If you're looking for beef-like consistency, go to the lion's mane. If you want chicken-like consistency, come to the oyster mushroom or chicken of the woods. If you want seafood consistency, go to the lobster mushroom. All right? Yeah. And you also have chicken of the woods. Talk about the chicken of the woods mushroom. Here's what. Give all the mushroom a try. Be like, yo, I'm gonna try out these mushrooms because see the ones that you like. Okay, for instance, me personally, I don't really like the consistency of the portobello. So I haven't eaten portobello in years because I don't like the portobello. Okay. The baby bella is okay. I rock with the baby bella mushroom. Especially like sauteing with kale and stuff. I like the baby bella. The king oyster is okay, but for me personally, I'm a rock with my oyster mushroom. So you'll find a selection of mushroom that you like. So I say rock with that. Yeah, I'm down to 14% battery already. How long we been here? Jeez, we've been here for that long? We've been here for that long? By the way, did you guys join my Discord? If you have not joined my Discord, you're missing out. Come to the Discord. That's our personal health community. Also, I downloaded Substack. I haven't signed up yet because you guys kept recommending for me to go to Substack due to the shadow banning. So I'm gonna sign up later on. Check it out, see what it's about. Um, is any of y'all on Substack? Let me know. If you're on Substack, let me know. And what you've been doing on there, and what is it like? If you want to grow fresh mushroom in your kitchen, try out the mushroom growing kits on Etsy. I agree. I agree with Sammy for sure. They got them on Amazon too. The mushroom growing kits, because you can also buy like one of them little zipped up greenhouse that look like how a sauna would look like, a portable sauna, and it allows you to maintain your temperature too. And yeah, you can grow all your mushroom, your lion manes, your oyster mushroom, and remember, once you buy one kit, you don't really need to buy another because you can keep producing mushroom, keep producing mushroom from it, basically. All right. Can I finish this without adding more dry flour? I would love to get these done without adding any more dry flour. Yeah. Running out of dry batter here. Almost done. Almost done. I got a couple more pieces. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. hmm So next week we're doing a long fast. Okay, next week we're doing a long fast, and I want you to come and join me on the fast. Okay, this is time to get your life together. Don't run from it. Fast. Come and fast on me, okay? We're gonna do 12 to 21 days of no food, just juice the water and some herbal detox. It's gonna be a reset of your system. Hold on, let me plug this in. Let me plug this in. Going to be a reset. Or you could just stay the same. You got a choice to make. Join the fast, cleanse out your temple. So you're going into the new year. I mean, the new year already kind of began in March, but you're going to the new year with a more clean temple, clean vessel. Okay, the heat is too much. Well, I know. For a lot of people, they find it so hard. Like just the idea of them not eating for a couple of days, they find it to be like ridiculous. That they can't picture themselves. That they can't picture themselves um, going without no food. That's crazy to me. So, so you're just gonna be eating your whole entire existence? I mean, you came here to consume. Like it's like you'll come your whole life just to consume, consume, consume. That's kind of like the wavelength that most people are on, though. It's like consume, consume, sex, they consume that, food, attention. Everything's about consuming, consuming something, consuming something, consume, consume. All right, so this is going to be my last piece of mushroom. I'm going to save the remaining for something else, for another idea, like some fritters. I ended up burning two of these because I wasn't paying attention and turn it fast enough. So I, damn, seasoning is crazy when it hit the oil. So I have like 2 or 3 of these, and I'm gonna leave them for something else. I'm gonna make fritters. So I'm gonna make Jamaican fritters with this. So I'm gonna scrape out the rest of the dry batter into here. All right, try, but here's, I almost forgot this. This is the remaining left at the bottom. That's gonna make our fritters too. I'm gonna show you what we got. Give me a second. Let me just clean up this place really quick. Now, if you're from the Caribbean, then you know about fritters. So what I'm gonna do now, tomorrow, I'm gonna cut up like some red onions, bell peppers, shallots, scallions and stuff, and come drop it in here. Then we're gonna make fritters out of it with little pieces of the oyster mushroom. So that's what I left over, those oyster mushroom pieces. All right. All right, tribe. So here's how we look. Okay, YouTube, and here we have our fried chicken. Right now, what we care about is the consistency. Okay, the consistency. Let's break them apart and see. Hold up. This one, I could have cut this one in two. This one is pretty. I made these ones kind of big. I could have cut them in two though, because some of them is like, it's like they don't want to pull apart. Okay, but as you can see here, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. And here we have the butter beans. Here we have the butter beans. Okay. So, I mean, the oyster mushroom, they complement the butter beans, but I would still want like the fried bananas to go with it. All right, tribe. So that what we have to for tonight. I feel like I'm gonna make the porridge tomorrow. I'm kind of tired though. I do need to go to sleep because I have not slept yet, really. I slept for like 2 hours and I got up, and so I'm kind of tired now. Ten out of ten, literally perfection. You know what? I'm gonna have to fry the bananas because this is too good to eat by itself. I am tired, but I'm gonna have to fry the bananas. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to fry the bananas. Mm-hmm. because the oyster mushroom is perfect, the beans are perfect, and I want to eat the oyster mushroom and the beans, but I gotta have something to eat it with. So I'm gonna have to put the porridge off. I'm gonna have to put the porridge off and do the fried bananas. Like, yeah. How much oil do I have left? Let's see. We're gonna do some bananas to eat with these, okay? We're gonna have to do that. I'll save the live. I'm actually not gonna save it right now because if I end the live, I'm not coming back because I'm already tired. So we're gonna just write it out. Well, I'm not tired. Let me watch my words. I'm a little bit sleepy and need to get me some more sleep. Because I was up last night all the way back till throughout today, all the way through. Like I did not go to bed at all. So I'm gonna just do 5, and I'm gonna come and see if you get a question, and then we're gonna close out. All right. So that's that. That is that. You gonna make it tomorrow? Listen, listen. If you make it tomorrow, then take a pic. Take a pic of what you make, um, and send me a picture so I can post it in the stories, so other people can see that. Hey, like yeah, you know. If y'all make it, send me a pic. Let me see what it's hitting for. And I realized a lot of people be like they be like very shy with their cooking because they feel like their food doesn't look good. It doesn't matter. Okay, everybody have to somewhere like start from somewhere in a sense. Nobody cooked for the first time and it was like oh just perfect. And especially if the fact that this is like new for you, it's okay if it doesn't come out perfect the first time. You'll eventually get it. You'll eventually get it. So don't be shy. Don't be shy with your pictures, okay? Put your food pictures. Don't be shy. Yeah, lion's mane mushroom is in fact incredible. Very, very good mushroom. Very, very good mushroom. And the lion's mane do give you like more of a beef like consistency, so you can even grill it. If you're a person who likes beef, then yeah, the lion's mane is gonna be the one for you. It's gonna be the one for you. All right, so now it's time to take my cleanses again. These were what I was supposed to take like 30 minutes afterwards, and they end up becoming like a whole another hour. So I'm gonna do 12 capsules, but I'm gonna do 6 of the biofilm breaker. I'm gonna turn these. Don't want them to burn. I want the outer coating to be just right and soft on the inside. All right. All right. Now I'm gonna do colon cleanse. I'm gonna do 12 as well. So 6. 6 more. Now Parasite Slayer capsules. I'm doing 12 capsules, okay? Because I didn't take none today because I was like busy out on the road, so yeah. So 6. And 6 more. Yeah. And there we go. How often you can take your colon cleanse twice a day. Follow the instructions on the bottle. If you have colon cleanse from us, follow the instructions on the bottle. Remember that I do a lot of experiments and stuff, so you can't really go by what I'm doing in terms of like how much stuff I'm taking. Okay. So as you can tell, I make different stuff for myself that I'm testing out. Okay. Like this, as you can see, it's open because it's a new combination that I'm testing out. So to know if something is super effective, you do it in a high concentration in a sense, and you will kind of like, oh, okay. So follow the instructions on the bottle though. So I got a water heater, like hooked up to my shop. It is so cool, so cool, because before I wanted to get like water heater from the water heater in the house, right? But it's like to run a whole hot water line all the way to my shop from the house is like it's a lot. So I was on Amazon and I bought like a tankless water heater, and that shit was trash. Like the water was passing too fast for that to even heat the water. I was trying to go tankless, that didn't work at all. That was no good. Then I ended up going for like a 5 gallon tank hot water heater off Amazon. Listen, perfect. Okay, like literally, it is so good to the point where the water is so hot. I had to put it on the low setting because that listen, that shit would burn the skin off of your hands. Like one of the best water heater. Like I'm gonna buy a couple for my healing retreat village because it's such a good product. Because I know some of y'all gonna be complaining about, oh, there's no hot water here for us to bathe in. No, you come to the retreat village, cold bath. Because in Jamaica we don't have hot water heaters. Okay, the water the way it is, and it's cold in the morning time. But I know some of y'all, you're very spoiled, you know, and just so you don't be complaining all the time. I'm gonna put some small hot water heaters on a few, not a lot. Most of y'all, you're gonna have to handle that cold water. If you complain and you start crying about it, I might just, you know, but cold water is good though. That's why you see cold plunges work so well. It's good for you. What's the healing retreat village? What do you mean? It's like what it says, goddess. You can book to come there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month if you want to stay there, and you go through your detoxification there. We'll be detoxing you. We have all the natural foods there already. So these are the bananas that I've fried. Now I'm gonna crush them. So you're gonna be doing your fasting, drinking your herbal concoctions. Lion mane gummies. Never heard of it. Isn't that doing too much? Why would you want to turn lion manes into gummies? You should have hot water at the retreat village, please. I knew there was gonna be some of y'all that be like, yo, I need that hot water. I use avocado oil. And then I use olive oil with my salads. Or my dressings, olive oil. So here's what here's what the retreat village is gonna look like, just to give you a slight idea in your mind. Okay. Day one, we adjust you to a protocol. Okay, we're gonna start you first with a colon cleansing. Loosen up your bowels. Okay, day 1 to 2, we have to loosen up them bowels. So nice. Look at it. Day 1 to 2, we're gonna loosen up your bowels. Okay. Um, Day 3 to 4, we're going to start you on a parasite cleanse. You're going to have to hit the sauna every day. Every day you have to hit the sauna, or every 2 days. The trampoline, the rebounder, mandatory every single day. When you get up in the morning, you're going to have to walk the premises of the property. You have to be walking. So all that stuff that you guys wake up in America and jump in your couch, or you wake up and turn your TV on, none of that shit. Okay? Basically. So you get up in the morning time, you're going to have to walk at least a mile and a half right around the premises of the property. Okay, we also have farming. There's a big farm right around the property, so you can go harvest whatever natural food you want. Okay, there's fruit trees, everything that you want, you can find it there on the property. We have another property close by too that's completely farmed out. So also you're not close to any city or any town. It's going to take you at least 30 around 30 minutes from the mountains to get down into the town area, basically. So you're not close to any supermarkets, so there's no going to no supermarkets to buy nothing. Okay. Um, no television. Okay, no television. If you want something to watch, you're gonna have to bring your tablet. But we don't do television. Okay, none of that stuff. Natural spring water. You can go to the spring to go fetch your own spring water if you want to. Okay. And then around day 7, day 8, we're gonna start doing fasting. Okay, we have trips that we're gonna be going to, like the rivers, going to the beaches so you can go swim. Okay. Trips going to like the indigenous village. So if you wanna come to see how the indigenous people live, how they make basket from straws. So we're gonna have, I think you guys call them like, what do you guys call it? Outscourge? Something like that. I forgot what you guys call it. Y'all have this fancy name for these kind of things, basically. Um, I'm looking into potentially getting some ATVs. I feel like I'm gonna need a couple of ATV, just some fun for y'all to do. My elder says something like horseback riding, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like, why do you guys need to be riding horses? Like, now I'm not doing that to no horse. Like, y'all are grown ass adults who sit in your car and drive all day long, barely even walk anywhere. I'm not putting you on a horse to go ride around. No, you're gonna walk on your feet that God gave you. Okay? Yeah. So my elder was talking about, oh, let's do some horseback riding for them when they come. I'm like, nah. Okay? You don't deserve no horseback riding. Like, you need to exercise. Y'all already don't exercise enough already. So no. But a few ATVs I'll get though, just to have them on the property so y'all can move around. Or if you want to go right off into the mountains or something, there's an ATV, you can do that. Because Jamaica is not like in America. You ain't gotta worry about stuff like cougars and bears. Like we don't have no animal in Jamaica, no wild animal to attack you. We don't have none of those. So you can just about venture off into the woods, and be good. Also, no polyester allowed. Okay, no polyester allowed. So please don't show up in no polyester clothing. Okay, we don't even want those in our machines. Okay, so no polyester clothing. Before you come to the retreat village, okay, take your ass to the store and buy you a good amount of cotton clothes, t-shirts, whatever you need, towels, cotton, everything. Do not show up with no polyester. Okay? Right. We don't want no polyester. We like to maintain a high vibrational space. Okay, so no television, no polyester clothing. Okay, also no toxic behavior. Okay, don't come down here to while out. Don't throw a tantrum because you can't have no sugar. Obviously, no alcohol drinking either. That's not allowed on the premises either. Last time we were talking about a retreat village, and somebody had the audacity to ask me about, so they were like, oh, so when we come, so we can have sex there? I'm like, no. I mean, what do you think this is? You're coming to a healing retreat village. You're coming to heal, not have sex. So no, none of that. I mean, I can't control what you're going to be doing in your cabin. Not like I'm going to be there in your cabin, but that should not be something on your mind. If you're coming to the healing retreat village, you're coming there to go to a detox to cleanse your temple. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like lust have y'all in like a chokehold, and y'all just can't stop fucking. You remember that video on the internet? I saw this video on the internet. It was so funny. But the lady was like, that's all they want to do to you. This is all they want to do. I think you guys may know the video I'm talking about, right? But the lady's like, this is all they want to do to you. And she's not even lying. That's the crazy part. All y'all want to do is just to be fucking. That's all y'all want to do. You get this done to you. Y'all cannot stop fucking. Everything has to be about sex. There's more to life. Okay, Goddess says, you're gonna need security for when the parasites start parasiting. Oh yeah, I already know. I already know. I got security and everything lined up. Oh, and also the next thing, no cult member. Now I've told you guys a story before about a couple years ago, which really traumatized me when I went to Florida, and I did a retreat in Florida, and a lot of the people who came to the retreat, some of them was cult members, and they came up in there doing rituals and doing all kind of weird sounds and carrying all kind of weird shit. Listen, no cult member at my retreat. Now, as I said, I respect everybody's um, spiritual religion, whatever spirituality system you're into. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. That's your thing. But please do not try to bring it into my space. Don't try to introduce it to me. Okay, just don't come where I'm at with that. Okay, or if you're gonna come, you come there for healing and detox. Do not bring all of that stuff. Don't do no ritual or none of that. Don't bring no spiritual tools, all this kind of stuff. Don't conjure up no demon where I'm at. Okay? So if you know you're a cult member, please do not come to my retreat. And that's why I'm not going. I just open up for just anybody because some of y'all are just very strange and weird. Okay? That was a weird ass experience. And you you wanna know? Okay, you wanna know what the crazy part about it is that they came there trying to like siphon people's energy, like looking for like weak people to siphon the energy off of. And what? Okay, so like one of the dudes, he was like like two of them was like spiritually weak. So they kind of siphon their energy. Like even the next day, one of them keep talking about he's so in love with some woman that came. The woman was like 40 something years old, like, and he was like what? I think he was like 19 or something, young ass little kid, right? But she kind of like put a spell on him or whatever not. because he was so obsessed with her afterwards. He was up in there dancing with her, repeating her language or weird languages or whatever not, and he got caught up into that. But aside from that, they were in there trying to secretly siphon people's energy, but they were so spiritually weak. You see, like there's a lot of people who join cults and covens and all this kind of stuff, and they swear think that they're spiritually strong because, you know, listen, the whole point of you having to join a cult or a coven or whatever is because you're weak. Think about it. You're not a sovereign being with any kind of power. So you're trying to join an organization of people to feel like you're part of something powerful. It means you're not. So these people will go around trying to siphon energy from people. But think about it. If you truly really had power, you wouldn't need to try to steal all other people's energy. It's because you don't have no power, you know. But that whole shit was weird, and yeah, no cult member at my retreat. Okay, do your thing wherever you do your thing. Basically, all right, do your thing wherever you do your thing. It's your business. I don't want to know about what you do. Don't bring it near me. That's all. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Keep what you do to yourself or in your own circle. All right, tribe. So here we have it. Okay, here we have it. The final. Got too much of them in here. Okay. So we recreate this dish again, where we had the fried burrows, and you have your fried chicken as the oyster mushroom. Clearly, I have the beans over there. That's done. All right, YouTube. So people on YouTube can see what we make here. All right. So there you go. Recreate the dish. Send me a picture. Send me a picture so I can post it on my story so I can see what you got going on. All right. I don't have much battery life left. Okay, so I'm going to call our session to a close tonight. Okay, on top of that, I also have to go hit the sauna. I have to go hit the sauna and hit the rebounder and get me some sleep. As you can see, my face still tired. Like my eyes just like, oh, wanna go to sleep? And I'm like, no. My eyes like, yeah. So basically, our family. Oh, somebody want to see it breaking? There you go. Okay, literally perfect. All right. Our family, so thank you for being here with me. As usual, I appreciate your existence and you taking the time to connect with me so that we can embrace this natural connection that we have with each other. I trust and hope that tonight's build is intrinsic and have some kind of a value that can apply to your life to unveil that greater version of yourself. So I'm gonna see y'all later on. I'm gonna go jump into the sauna, do the rebounder, right, and catch me a little bit of a rest, and I'll be back in tune with you again later on, right? So remember to meditate before you go to bed tonight, and wake up tomorrow and choose a healthier lifestyle. Drop all that coffee and eggs and bacon and cereal and pancake with syrup on it and waffles and all that garbage. Okay, you gotta start to really love yourself and take care of the temple that God have given you. As the Bible said, the body is the temple of God, and the kingdom of God is within. So get in alignment. All right. So I'll see y'all again very soon. If you're new here, also go to my page and hit the notification bell on my Instagram so that you're notified based off the shadow banning that I'm going through. I'm also going to be posting my YouTube channel and the Discord link so that you can join us on Discord, which is our personal health community. And I look forward to see you there. All right. So big up on yourself. One love. All right. Later. YouTube, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow as well. All right. So I'll catch up with y'all. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all.